Hello, RAP students. This is Dr. Smith here today to do geometry. We're going to focus on third grade geometry. So get ready. We're going to go over different concepts using test questions, all right? So let's get started. Now, if you want to go ahead and do these problems without me first, this is a perfect time to pause your screen and go ahead and do that. Okay, let's get started. Question 1. Which group of figures contains only quadrilaterals? So you want the group that has only quadrilaterals. A quadrilateral has 4 sides and 4 corners. So we have to find the group that has 4 sides and 4 corners. So let's start with A. A has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides and 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. So I'm going to put a check for it being a quadrilateral in there just so I remember. Next, well, we already know this one only has 3 corners because it's a triangle. So we're going to mark that one out. And let's look at this one. How many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's already too many. So we're going to mark it out. So we know that A cannot be the answer. Let's go to B. How many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. How many corners? 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. Let's go to the next one. How many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. How many corners? 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. So we can put a check there. Let's move to the next one. How many sides and how many corners? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 sides and 1, 2, 3, and that is actually a corner, 4 corners. So right now, B looks like it's going to be the answer, but let's look at the others. This is actually a pentagon and it has too many sides. It has 5 sides, so we know that can't be it. And we've already checked this one, so we can put a check, but we can go ahead and mark it out because the pentagon takes it out of the mix of the correct answers. Now, here we've already done that one. We know this is a triangle, so that takes D out. So we can definitely stick with B as the answer that has only quadrilaterals, okay? Let's move on to question 4. Vanessa spent 15 minutes in the library. I'm just going to circle that. She left the library at 11:30 a.m. Let's read the question. What letter on the number line represents the time Vanessa arrived at the library? So we want to know when she arrived. All right, so we know that she left the library at 11:30. And she spent 15 minutes there. So fortunately, we can do very simple math with this one. We can just subtract 15 minutes from this, which gives us 11:15 as the time that she arrived. Let me fix that. All right, so if we know the time that she arrived, let's look at this number line. The first thing you need to know is what amount of time each of these marks represent. Now we know that from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. is an hour. So what I tend to do is first count the marks if it's a small number of marks. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 marks. So, 13 marks and divided by 60 seconds. Let's see if that's something that'll work out. I'm working this out with you guys, okay? So, and actually it would probably be more like 12 because you can consider this as 0 in a way. So let's see if that works, okay? I'm going to do 12 instead, because this one is our 0 pretty much. Is there a times table, a 12's times table that goes with 60? I think there is. I think it's 12 times 5. Let's see. 2 times 5 is 10. Put the 0 here and carry the 1 to the other side. 5 times 1 is 5. Plus 1 is 6. Okay, so the answer is 5. So these marks represent 5 minutes each. Okay? So how you can do that is you can just count from 11 a.m. until you get to 11:15. You can do 11, 11:05, or if you want me to write it here, I will. 11:05, 11:10, 11:15. And so that's what we want, right? 11:15. So if we're doing it this way, we should be able to say that M is correct. Now, another thing I do to check, I also just look at the number line and see where the halfway mark is. So the halfway mark would be 20, 25, 30. So that makes pretty good sense, right? That's halfway. Because sometimes you can get things mixed up, and you might say that this one is, if you just having an off day, you might say this one is the answer. But when you look at your increments, you'd be like, wait a minute, that's the halfway point. There's no way that could be 11:15 or 11:20, whatever you're thinking about. So always just look at your number line and kind of know where the middle is, beginning and end, so it can help you out. So let's look at our answers. Well, look, M is number 1, and that's what we want. But let's just look at the others. N, it can't be N because N is 11:25. And if they left at 11:30, that would only give them 5 minutes in the library, okay? So we know it's not that one. And O is on the second half of the timeline, so it wouldn't be that one. And P also. P is closer to 12, so that can't be it, when the time that they actually left was at 11:30, okay? So you shouldn't be choosing anything this way, okay? So we're going to go with answer A, which is M. All right? I hope that was doable and you didn't have too much of a problem. Just remember, when you're doing number lines, to make sure that you understand what each mark is for. Is it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or whatever it is, the increments that you're using, okay? Now let's do the others. All right, let's do this next set of problems. If you want to try these by yourself before we do them together, now's a good time to pause your screen. All right, let's do these together. Number 3, Eric leaves school at the time shown. So you have to know what the time is. He arrives home 25 minutes later. So he arrives home 25 minutes later. Okay. At what time does Eric get home? So the first thing we need to do is to figure out what time it is. So the little hand is the hour hand, and the long one is the minute hand. So what hour is this? This is going to be 3, the third hour, and how many minutes? So each number is worth 5 minutes. So let's just count by fives. 5, 10, 15. So he leaves school at this time. If you need to, you can always do this. All right? So you know that he got home in 25 minutes. So fortunately, we can do simple math. We probably wouldn't be able to do this had the time been later in the hour, like if you had 3:50 was when he left, because just adding that together would come up to 3:70, which makes no sense in time, you know. But right now, because you're in the early part of the hour, we can do that. We can just add 25 minutes. 5 plus 5 is 10. 0 here. Carry the 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. Add 1 is 4. And just bring your 3 down. So according to this, he should have gotten home at 3:40. Let's see if we even see that over here on our answers. And we do. It's actually C. But before we commit to C, even though we're pretty sure of that, let's just look at the other answers. Now, we know it can't be 2:50 because he didn't leave until 3:15. And it couldn't have been 3:15 because that's when he left. He left the school. So you can't arrive home when you left the school. And 4 o'clock even would be more than 25 minutes, okay? So we are confident that this is the right answer. We're going to go with C, okay? I hope that worked out well for you. Let's move on to number 4. Sarah drew a shape. It was a quadrilateral, and all the sides were the same length. So all the sides were the same length. Which shape did Sarah draw? All right. So we have to figure out from the last problems a quadrilateral is. I hope you were thinking of it and the answer comes to mind. It is a shape that has 4 sides and 4 corners. So we're going to first see if any of these are quadrilaterals. A pentagon, you should have that shape come to mind. A pentagon looks like this. Penta meaning 5. So it can't be a quadrilateral, so we know that one's out. Do you know what a rhombus looks like? A rhombus looks like this. Let's see if I can draw one. Pretty good. I'm going to try. Oops, a little off. But not bad. So does it have 4 corners and 4 sides? It does. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can't rule that out. A trapezoid looks like this. I'll see if I can draw a trapezoid. So I'm just going to put the letters so we can keep them straight. Does it have 4 corners and 4 sides? 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. So, yep, we can't take that one out. And a triangle. Does it have 4 sides and 4 corners? Nope. It has 3 sides and 3 corners. So we have to decide between these two. The next thing is all the sides are the same length. Now, here is something that you didn't know, probably. You may have, and if you did, very good. A trapezoid, there is a way to have a trapezoid that does not have all the same, where the sides are not all the same length. But the part of the definition for a rhombus is that all of the sides are the same length. So you should choose that one for that reason, okay? So we're going to go ahead and mark trapezoid out because we cannot say for certain that in that trapezoid that all of the sides are the same length. but we can say that for a rhombus. So the answer would be B, okay? If you had any issues with these shapes, knowing the difference between all of them, what penta means, hexagon, octagon, if you're not sure what those things are and what their the name means, then you need to make sure that you go over that. Because shapes are more visual, you can always have note cards or something like that where you have the shape on the front and the name of that shape on the back, and even something, for example, with pentagon, you can put penta means 5, and it'll let you know it has 5 sides, you know. So you'll be able to answer these problems really easy, okay? And I hope that you did a pretty good job with that. If you need to practice some, please talk to your teachers, talk to your rep family, so that you can get some practice problems, or if there's concepts or something that you don't understand, someone can help you with that, okay? Always remember, it's important to exercise your mind as well as your body. So please keep doing that, and I look forward to talking to you again, and I will see you soon.
Please be sure to like, subscribe and share this video. It helps us reach more people who could use our help.